Now, I did not drill the front holes for a reason. If you make a mistake and you have to push the bridge back, the front holes won't be covered. Only the side holes, because there is actually a covering from the front and the back for it. But the fronts, if you mess up, it's going to look ugly. So just let it go for a while. Don't worry about it. Just don't be doing any pull-ups or dive bombs. All right, now you can see the bridge is mounted. If everything, I will have to explain this. Never ever spot your bridge by going like this. It'll always come out crooked. Lay it in front of you like this and look right down it and make sure everything is equal. That is the true way to get it straight. Once you are absolutely confident, pilot to 2 front holes and cinch it down. Here's a perfect example of a non-recessed Floyd rose that you will need a PL4 for. You notice it doesn't sink into the body, it's actually mounted right on top, so that PL4 plate would work great on this. Now for another kind of application. Let's say you have a Floyd rose that's recessed into the body. Well, you can use a plate like this. Now what I mean by recessed is, you see, well, Floyd rose was here in this HM Strat, but it's sunken in the body. Well, PL4 barely covers it. Not going to work. We need a little bit bigger one, so therefore the PL5 plate. The PL5 plate will cover almost anything. This was designed after the largest Floyd rose, the Low Pro Edge, the one that goes on the Steve Vai guitars. So you can pretty much cover anything with this. Don't really need to explain much about this because it's exactly the same as a PL4, just has a little bit bigger footprint. That's it. Mounting is exactly the same elongated holes. Still got to punch in the 2 front screws. I can't think of anything else to say. If you need one, get rid of that Floyd and put on a Kaler. Okay, now it's time to talk about the stud mounted systems. What we have talked about before will only fit on a flat surface. Now, the stud mounts are 7200s, 2200s, 4200s, anything that has the posts like a Tune-o-matics and the bridge, we can mount one of our bridges to it. But a lot of times these days, these posts are moved. They're not in the right spot. They're kind of like the grills on a Chevy car over the years. They get moved. Now this first portion of the Tune-o-matic bridges always have to stay in the same spot, but they can move these tail pieces back. So we have some adjustments on this bridge so you can move them back and forth. Now, let me explain something really quick. This is a floating system, meaning it floats over a curved arch top, much like oil derrick legs. The sea will float underneath it, undulate, but they stay above the surface of the wave. This way we can mount these a bit higher than most guitars, usually over a ½ inch tall. Those flat mount systems, the 2300s, the 4300s, the 7300s, really are good for 3/4 of a, or a 3/8 of an inch up to 1/2. Anything above that, you need to start moving into a higher bridge, which is a 7200. It all stands off the body higher because the trajectory is a lot steeper of the neck, the strings, because it sits up nice and high, so the trajectory of the strings can reach that height and still be above the set neck. So you don't want to have this thing going way high. The rollers are really high, so what we do is we raise the whole bridge, much like the stacker plates did on the 7300. This will do it by cranking up the studs and raising it higher. Now, here is the stacker plate. This usually will not work on an arch top, but it does flex a little bit. So if you slip it underneath the studs and the riser wheels and crank it down, it will flex to the shape. But it's really meant for a flat body guitar like this. You see, it has no arch to it, and it's flat. And I'm going to show you right now how this actually sits underneath it. Okay, as I unscrew this now, and I'm going to take this bridge off, you'll notice we have the areas where the riser wheels go, and we have the area where the studs would go. This plate will slip right underneath there, and let's say there's some, you had to move the studs back or something. Let's say these were originally here forward, and you came back, now you'd see this hole right here. Ooh, ugly. Well, this plate will cover that up. You simply put that on there like that. Lay your bridge on top, Start screwing your studs down through the hole. Okay, so once the plate is installed, you can simply go ahead and put the terminal back on there. Screw the studs down through the holes. You want to do a little at a time on both sides so it equally goes down. And before you know it, you'll be installed. If any of you out there have a Telecaster, I got some great news for you because we have a PL9 Telecaster plate and it looks like this. It's ridiculously simple. You simply wrap this around your pickup, screw it down, put your bridge right into this little pocket, screw it down, and voila. There's nothing to it. This is as simple as it gets. A plate around your pickup, you mount your bridge in the pocket, snug it up to your pick guard, and voila, you're in tremolo heaven with a Kahler PL9. Get one today.